Hi, and welcome to this episode of Copenhagen Fashion Week live Q&A. My name is Ida Einarsdottier, and I am the editor of Melk Honning. I am located in Oslo right now, but join me from Copenhagen is NYNNE Kunde. She's the founder of the Danish luxury women's wear brand NYNNE. So NYNNE, your brand is all about dressing as an expression of female empowerment. What are your thoughts on dress, body, and self, and also fashion as a form of self-expression?
As you say, as a self-expression, I guess for us, it's a way of, dressing is a kind of a language. Like women is kind of dressing to express themselves. And I think for us, that was quite important to make women feel empowered in their own self, but kind of
Mm,
helping them find a way in their wardrobe to make that happen daily as well and explore different ways and silhouettes. For us, it's super important every time we do new collections to explore cuts and shapes. That's where we start actually in collections. So exploring what fits well on women, because there's so many body types nowadays. So finding
mm,
a common denominator for women to be around, and what we do, especially with our dresses, is what I really like and enjoy to do. And I think that's very important as a brand to figure out how, not only how we want to dress women, but how also having a look at what's happening and how women would like to dress. So I think that's super important as well. And also it becomes very apparent nowadays that, women are looking for something different.
mm.
Maybe they look for more looser silhouettes and more different sleeves, like different shapes. So I think what we have tried to also do with us is to explore what can work on the body, who has a bit more of a contemporary feel to it. So I think that's very, and also like women are curious for like express in terms of expression and what they want to do when they dress. They try to like maybe push themselves a little bit more, but also at the same time, again, feel comfortable, especially when you work at a workplace. So I think that's very what we do as a brand at the moment.
And also, talking about sustainability, which is proving to be more and more important for brands, that is,
Yes.
of course, something Nina also is aware of. But how
Mm.
is it encapsulated? I mean, in both the collections and also in the brand, and why do you think it's important for you as a brand to have like these kinds of social values?
I think especially when you come out as a new designer, I graduated 2 years ago from Institute of Mangoni in London. It's kind of a common denominator for new designers. Like we kind of need to take these steps in terms of what's happening in society and the world. So I think coming out now as a new designer and just closing your eyes is a bit, it's not taking responsibility for what's happening in the world. So I think it's very important for us to do, and also especially when you're a small brand, it's not easy. We do what we can. We do a lot actually. We have invested in tencel of recycled polyesters, which we incorporate in the collections. Our kind of motto is less is more. Buy better, figure out what your clothes is made of, and for us as well, we are working with family reproduction sites in Europe. So, we have that great relationship with your production companies and everyone you work with, and having our own kind of, system and make sure that works sustainable in its own way, make sure the clothes is made nice and the materials are there who are more sustainable. I do understand, sustainability is not an easy thing to do. It's you take it step by step, and especially as a small brand as we are, we'd like to incorporate it as a kind of what just that needs to be there in the company, and then invest more and more in it. But I think especially now, if you are a new brand nowadays, it's one of those things you kind of need to invest in and actually incorporate, because what's happening in the world right now, yeah, again, we can't really just close a blind eye to it. I think that would be a bit irresponsible
Yeah.
actually.
For sure. Let's talk a little about your film. You just showed your
Yeah.
fashion film, which is Ninne's debut on schedule at Copenhagen Fashion Week. So,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on the digital platform this season and also your homecoming to Denmark?
Yeah, I am super course to first of all to be part of Copenhagen Fashion Week. I think it's a great platform, especially when we talk about sustainability and being part of that as well. They have a great focus, and I also think it's super nice to have a digital platform as well because again we are a smaller brand, and be able to participate. I think this might actually be a platform, maybe not like you're still going to mix it with actually physical shows, but it's going to be something we're going to see in the future, to maybe incorporate different kind of brands as well. So I think it's and you also connect with people worldwide. Again, as a brand, normally fashion weeks are very enclosed for the industry, which I totally understand. But it's also, when I was young and I wanted to look at fashion, you wanted to see the shows, you want to be part of it as well. That's where creativity comes from. It's from seeing other people be creative. So I think that's a super nice platform to be able to do that, and especially nowadays when what's happening in the world right now. And also, of course, yeah, coming back to Copenhagen, I'm moving back after 8 years in London, which is great. So it's kind of the homecoming. That's also why I kind of dedicated this collection to a Danish summer, how I would spend a Danish summer and the seaside and the colors. So it's super rewarding to see it on Copenhagen Fashion Week, and especially digital, because I think that will be mostly the future later on. And yeah, and again, Copenhagen is a lovely city, so it's amazing to be part of it.
I'm sorry to say our time's up already. Thank
Oh,
you
wow.
so much, Ninne.
Of course.
And thank you
Thank you
so
so much.
much for tuning in to live Q&A from Copenhagen Fashion Week.
Great. Thank you.